All right, so now that we've created our cave file, let's go ahead and take a look at how we process and view this file. And let's see. Well, maybe I'll show you too how you might go through and look for errors, but maybe we'll save that for another tutorial. Let's take a look right now just at processing and viewing our cave. So I've loaded a different cave file since our cave file that we were doing for the other demonstration was pretty flimsy. So I've loaded the Fulford Cave, which comes with Compass when you install it so that you can explore Compass. So I'm going to select it. I just went ahead and opened it and I select it. And then we're going to select Process and View Cave. So let's click Process and View Cave. Give it a second to open up. It compiled it. Didn't find any errors. Good. And we'll expand this window out. And there is our cave in the cave viewer. So let me show you quickly how you can go ahead and go about navigating this cave file. So up here I've got all my navigation tools. This moves it, pans it up, so it moves it up and down and left and right, zooms in and out, rotates it left and right, rotates it, pitches up, pitches down. This is more of a three-dimensional thing. And I can turn stations on, I can turn depth elevations, color by depth, color by distance. So all kinds of cool little tools up here. If I have 3D goggles, I can really geek out and pop on the red blue 3D thing and check out my cave in 3D. Pretty wild. Okay, so one thing I should say as well is, so if I'm going to zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, nothing's happening. Why is that? Well, before you do anything, you have to enter on the keyboard, and once you hit enter, now those start to work. Don't know why it does that, but it does, and it is what it is. So there's zoom in and out. This is pan left, pan right. If for some reason I want to move this in larger increments, so I zoom in and out, I want it to move faster or slower. Right here, the 30, I think this is in degrees, is how much that moves. So watch right now if I rotate it. So notice it rotating. There we go. I change this to 1 and rotate it, and it moves in much smaller increments. So I can really fine-tune that. Okay, some other things. Here's my stations. I can turn those on or off. That's pretty messy looking. Let's see what else we've got here. So this is rotating, pitch up and down. I'm not seeing a huge change there because, let's go to 45. Oh, do I need to hit enter again? Or maybe the computer could just be going slow since I'm recording the screen on a really slow computer with a slow internet connection and everything's bogged down, but that's okay. Okay, so the next thing that we should look at here, let's take a look at some of our options. So let's reset this. So I've got some reset buttons over here where I can reset back to where it started. Let's take a look at some of the menus that we might adjust. So first of all, let's go to preferences. So this is one that I play with quite a bit. If I want to show the legend or set the legend, set the depth bar, set the different settings for those things, I can do that here. So station label handling. How do I want labels to appear? And really what I would do is just play with some of these and see what happens. So one that I play with quite a bit though is the colors and the fonts. I can set the background color to white if I want to instead of this black. The line plot color I can make whatever color I want. So I just select it, click edit, and then I choose the color. So I can make it, I could do blue for the line plot color, and then I could select the background and make it white. Hit OK. And let's preview that. So there's our new view. And then I can go into my fonts here, and with station labels, remember they were huge before. Well, I can click station labels. Let's click edit. I can change the color to, for printing, generally what I do is I'll make the line plot color yellow so that it just barely shows up, so that whenever I trace it, if I'm doing it by paper, it's easy to see through when I put up to the light table my original sketches. So you might think of color that way, how you're going to use it and how it would display best. So we'll just leave it at blue. I'm going to make the labels red so I can really see those numbers. And then I'm going to take the font size like way down. I could go down to a 6-point font, just type it in manually, and whatever font I would like, hit OK. If I view it, I'm not going to see anything because I don't have those showing right now, but you'll see a difference in a minute. But I can go through and adjust the colors and the font size for everything. Let's hit OK. Let's turn on our station labels. You notice they're a little bit smaller now. Okay, so what else have we got here? Let's turn on some different settings. So I'm going to turn off the station labels. If I go here, I can show passage walls. So let's click that. Now it shows me the walls. And if I go into preferences, I can set how walls are displayed. Right there, passage wall modeling. So if I want to affect how they're displayed, I go here. If I want to make them show up, then I go here. Another thing to look at too, let's turn off those walls. So display. There we go. Another thing that I want to talk about is, let's say you're gonna print this off, and you're going to sketch it. You're going to lay your scans underneath. Lay this print off on the top, and then you're going to trace over so you can have a nice clean map. Well, if you do that, you want to make sure that your print matches the scale of your sketches. So I can go into scale, magnification, rotation, and this is the scale to the inch. So right now it's 54 feet per inch. I'm probably sketching at 1 inch equals 20 feet, so I'll select that, hit OK, and then there's the zoom in. Now I can hit enter, and then that will actually zoom in to that area. And then when I go to print it off, which I'll show you how to print off in another tutorial, you can move this to where exactly you need it to be. And in fact, you can set it up so that it prints the line plot on tons of different pages that you can then tape together or scan in and do your digital map. Okay, let's see if there's anything else here that I should show you. If you're using Illustrator 10, maybe CS2 might support it. Or if you're using walls, you can export 3D formats, or even if you're going to overlay this on a Google Map, you can export it as a VRML, a DXF file, an XKML, and here are all the settings for that. So you might play with these. It'll generate a file which you could then pull into another application and view it or edit it or whatever you want to do. For the Illustrator, I know I've on CS4 and CS5, 5.5 don't really seem to support this DXF export. I tried pulling it in, it doesn't recognize the file. Maybe down the road they'll support it, but right now they don't. But in older versions of Illustrator and other applications do support these. So that's all I'll say on that. And let's see if there's anything else that I should go over quickly. I would just go through and explore some of these things, see what they do. Oh, I should profile and plan view. So let's zoom back out. I'm going to reset it back to the original size, scale. If I want to see the planner profile view, that should be under, let's see, display profile, or keyboard shortcut is V on the keyboard. So click V, and it's not doing anything right now. The reason why, slow computer, or do I need to hit enter? I need to hit enter. Okay, there we go. So, and we'll go ahead and rotate it so I can lay it out to whatever view I want it to go to. I may want to turn on, I'm going to go to display, let's see, where is my, oops, I don't want that. Display, not the elevations, but the, maybe it's in preferences. I want to show the legend so I can see where I'm rotated to. Display, nation, stations, options, show legend. Legend squad depth bar. So let's turn the legend on. There I can see my actual scale, 54.1 feet, and there's north. It doesn't give me let's see, so it's facing south. Now it's facing north. Looking down here, it's Fulford Cave. So I can rotate it that way. This is handy to know whenever you're going to print. If I want to really fine tune it, I may adjust it at 1 degree setting. We'll just click and hold that down. I'm just holding down with the mouse the rotate tool, and I can figure out where would be the best angle to sketch the profile. Okay, I think that gives you a good idea of using the viewer. In the next tutorial, we will take a look at how to actually print this thing off so that we can use it later down the road.